Hi, this is Kim Watson of Easy Trader. Welcome to an exclusive review of the key economic news events which are being released in the coming week. Okay, headlines are quite simple. The big stories really: the UK autumn budget statement, the Friday's non-farm payrolls are the big figures really. But then we got but we got the European Central Bank rates, Europe and the UK, both reporting, and more important, the statements would be a significant read this time. And then you got the UK and US PMI figures, so the growth figures there. So Monday, we've already seen the UK manufacturing figure come out just before I recorded this, which has come out is a pretty flat figure actually, only moved about 10 pips. I think with this week's key news events, these growth figures have been thwarted somewhat. We got later on this afternoon, we've got the US ISM manufacturing figure out, which again, this could generate a bit of activity. It's been picking up of late in terms of the volatility around the news, and with the potential for interest rate increases at some point in the future, I think there will be more eyes on this number now. Moving on to Tuesday, we've got the Australian interest rate decision at 3:30. This is in the past given some reasonably good moves. Last time actually on the no change, it didn't give such a significant move, but we've seen quite a correction, and maybe if there's nothing that's particularly bearish, if this statement's relatively neutral, we may see a bounce in the Aussie dollar at that point. Looking forward then to the construction figures, these had died significantly in terms of volatility, although it's picking up a bit there, and it's still got the possibility to give us some rather big surprises, although quite difficult to trade at the moment. Later in the early afternoon, we got the Fed Chair Yellen speaking. She's actually speaking at the 2014 College Fed Challenge Final, so I'm not expecting too much from that event. Moving on to Wednesday, then the figures really do start pulling out. We've got the Australian GDP figure at 30 minutes past midnight. That last time only gave around about a 22 pip move, although in the current state of things, we could see probably a little bit more at the moment. Then looking at UK services at 9:30, then the key early one is the GDP UK autumn statement at 12:30. That said, a lot of the autumn statements already been released in leaks. Oh, I say a lot of it, parts of it have been released in leaks, and some of the thoughts behind it may mean that by the time the actual budget occurs, we're really selling on the news. Possibly, I say selling on the news, but it may the markets may react accordingly, or buying on the news as it may be. But that's one to obviously watch out. Not tradable significantly, but we may get quite a lot of volatility and a decent move. Then moving in, we've got the US ADP non-farms. This hasn't been a significant mover for some time, so really not taking much notice of that. Canadian interest rate decisions. We saw something like 100 pip move last time on the release when the term neutral was removed from the statement, leaving the traders to speculate that the interest rates or increases could be coming sooner, or more of the members are voting towards that way. So it'd be interesting to see what happens there. Chance for a decent move. Later on then, at the same time rather, we got the US ISM non-manufacturing figures out at 3 o'clock. These are a bit variable in terms of the movements that we see from those. Right, so moving on to Thursday, key interest rate decisions, and UK not seeing a move from this for a long time. Don't expect to see too much volatility around that. More so though, if there was any changes and any quantity easing coming into play, may be mentioned in the statement itself. Alternatively, Draghi may just wish to re-emphasize the fact that they're willing to take whatever it takes, to take whatever measures it means to try and keep the euro hanging in there. So that may be quite an interesting press conference on Thursday. Then finally, finishing the week off with one of the bigger movers, obviously, is the US non-farm payrolls at 1:30. So quite a busy week ahead. I would expect some quite large volatility at times, and with periods of slack. But we'll see how it goes. Have a great one. Bye for now.